So let's continue the qualifying process. Now, you need to ask them if they have their proof of insurance. Now, don't just ask them, do you have your proof of insurance? First, you got to give them a reason why they should give it to you. So always emphasize on the fact that there's a loyalty discount that they qualify for, especially since they have insurance. The only thing that we need is just a proof of insurance. Matter of fact, the only thing we need is just a policy number. But of course, the policy number is going to be located within the actual ID card. So tell them, can you please double check to see if you have your proof of insurance in your car? If they give you any negatives or they ask you why do you need it, why does it matter, just tell them, look, my job is to find the lowest option, and definitely there's a loyalty discount, and this discount is going to make a difference. So why don't you help me? I need you to help me so I can help you. And the way you're going to help me is by providing me with this proof of insurance. At least we'll be able to add the policy number to get you some additional discounts. And you need to confirm the rate. Log into the website or call them, depending on the company, and just confirm, just to make sure that whatever they're telling you is actually the actual rate. Sometimes they're going to tell you they're paying $50 a month, but when you call and you confirm, they're actually paying $98 a month. So never go based on what they tell you. Always confirm the information. So call the insurance company, call the automated system, log into their website and go to Quick Pay or payment online, whichever option it is, and just confirm the rate. Now, after you do this, you're going to continue. But the following question, if they don't have insurance, when was the last time they had insurance? So you're going to ask them, when was the last time they had insurance? What company was it? How much was their monthly payment? When was the last payment that they made? Do they have any, did they encounter any negatives? Meaning, did they have any issues with the agency or any issues with the insurance company? Did their payment increase? Have they made any changes within that time? Maybe added a different vehicle or a different driver, or maybe they moved from one location to another. You need to investigate. Now, it's very important to understand their situation prior to today. Now, maybe they were paying $50 a month, but they had liability for one car. Maybe they lived in Palmdale. Now they live in Los Angeles. They had one car liability. Now they have two cars, one liability, one full coverage. So the situation is going to be completely different. Now, the more information you gather, the better understanding you're going to have of their situation, and the more you're going to be able to add value when it's time for you to close the deal. Now, if you really don't know and you don't have an idea, then you're gonna give them information, but you're not gonna be as confident. Imagine telling the customer, look, you used to pay $50 a month. Now your payment is gonna be $150. What do you think the customer is gonna say? They're gonna say, this is ridiculous. Or you're not gonna be confident enough to really tell them, look, this is the lowest option, because you're gonna have those $50 in mind. So if you know that they were paying $50 for liability, now they have two vehicles, one liability, one full coverage, then that's easy. Now you can educate the customer based on the justifying factors, based on the fact that they're getting a vehicle, they have full coverage on a vehicle. The value of that vehicle could be $15,000, $20,000, something that they didn't have coverage before, or maybe they used to live in Palmdale, now they live in Los Angeles. So now that's more than enough for you to educate the client and to tell them, look, you used to pay $50 a month, but unfortunately with all these changes, the best option is the following, and this is the reason why. Another reason why it's very important for you to ask them the name of the company, how much they were paying, is simply because we're going to re-quote them. What do I mean by re-quote them? We're going to offer them a new option, of course, but we're also going to offer them a quote with the previous company that they've had. Now, the reason why we do this, because we want to eliminate the possibility of them telling you, let me go check with my previous company, or let me go back with the company I had before. Let me call them, let me quote, let me look into that before I make a decision here. So simply what you're going to do, you're going to give them a quote with the lowest company that we have, and you're also going to give them a quote with their previous company. So you eliminate that obstacle. You eliminate the possibility of them leaving, and you convince them that the option that we have is better than the option that they would be offered with their previous company. So it works both ways. You eliminate their previous policy and company, and you add value by calculating savings between the new option that we're offering and obviously the company that they had before. So it's very important also to determine if they've had any negatives, did their payment increase, have they made any changes, have they had any issues with the companies. So all of these are good things because we could use them as far as service. If I know my client had issues with Adriana, for example, then I'm gonna tell them, look, don't give Adriana an option. Don't even waste your time going back over there. Might as well give me an opportunity. Let me help you. I'll do the best that I can. I'll make sure whatever situation you had before, you're not gonna have it today. So by having a little bit of information, it allows me to emphasize or to cover or to eliminate or to fulfill those concerns that they have, or those concerns that they've had, or to reassure them that the issues that they've had before, they're not going to have today. So it's very important. As soon as you ask, are you ready today, which was question number 1. Number 2, do you have insurance? Number 3, if you don't have insurance, you gather their previous history. Number 4, if they don't have insurance, you're going to emphasize on the risk of leaving without insurance. So you're going to convince them that they've been taking a risk all this time. And if they don't make a decision today, they're going to continue to take a risk. What's the risk? Number 1, a ticket, $700 to $1,000, depending on the county, depending on where they get where they get pulled over. Number 2, they're going to be responsible for all the damages if they're involved in an accident. So that means if they hit a vehicle and they make damages of $5,000, they're going to be responsible for those $5,000. So that's something that we really don't want them to encounter. Number 3, if they're involved in an accident without insurance, and if they have a license, their license is automatically going to be suspended. Then the following, the DMV could suspend the registration. So in a general overall summary, they're gonna have financial and legal issues besides the psychological and the emotional. Okay, so explain it to them, review it, give them the details of it so they can understand that it's going to be essential to make a decision today. The following, you're going to give them the benefit of them making a decision today, which there's a list. Number 1, they're going to eliminate the risk. So by making a decision today, they eliminate the risk. That means if they get pulled over, no ticket. If they're involved in an accident, no money out of pocket, no legal issues. The following, the stress, the time, money that they're gonna save by making a decision today. See, not everybody looks at the situation the following way, but you have to convince them that if they don't make a decision today, they're gonna spend a lot of time. They're gonna go from one agency to another. That's time. Time equals money, stress, frustration. Emphasize that not every agency cares about their customers. So they're going to shop around. They're going to encounter agencies that they really don't care about their customers. It's a leave it or take it option that they offer. So they're going to get disrespected. They're going to get treated incorrectly. They're going to maybe scream at them or just treat them unfairly at the end of the day. So making a decision, giving us an opportunity. No commitment at all. We work with 70 different companies. Our goal is to help them. Our goal is to educate them, to give them all the knowledge for them to make a decision. So the benefit of them making a decision and giving us an opportunity is the fact that they're going to leave with insurance. They're going to take care of their situation, and they're going to get obviously the lowest option that we could possibly find them. As soon as you're done with this section, you're going to ask them if they've shopped around. Now, why is it important? Now, personally, I want to know, as an agent, I want to know if you've been shopping around. Why? Because if you've been shopping around, I have to eliminate those options before I give you my options. For instance, if they shopped around and they went to an agency and they got quoted $50 a month, and the lowest one that I have is $70, As soon as I give them the 70, they're going to tell me, well, let me come back because, of course, they got something cheaper. They're going to tell me, no, no, no. They may not even disclose it. They may just tell me, look, let me think about it. Let me think about it. But really, what they're trying to tell you is someone gave me something lower. So you need to ask them, have you been shopping around? Did you quote before coming over here? And if the answer is yes, then ask them what company, what agency have they shopped around with? And was it over the phone or was it in person? That also makes a difference because simply if we offer something, if we offer a quote over the phone, this quote over the phone could be manipulated. Realistically, what I do is I tell customers, look, over the phone, they're gonna give you any price. They're gonna give you any price. Matter of fact, that quote is not even gonna be accurate. So simply, they could just grab the phone and tell you, look, I have $10 a month, $20 a month. Realistically, there's no reason why they should give you something lower. Matter of fact, they're not going to give you anything at all, anything accurate. Their goal is just to make sure you walk into the office. So whatever they give you over the phone is not going to be accurate. Now, if it was a quote in the office, you're going to use the same concept. You're just going to switch it a little bit, and you're going to tell them, look, there's no agency at all that's going to give you an actual quote, even if you walk into the office, because they charge us every time we run the record. They're going to charge us. The DMV has a fee, so we're not able to really run your record. And first of all, the company or the agent is not going to spend the time to give you the right information unless you're ready. They don't want to take the time. They're not like us. They don't want to go through the process. So it's important to understand if they've been shopping around, and if they have, you have to eliminate those options by justifying that whatever they gave them is not accurate. If not, every time you give them an option, they're going to bring that up. You give them option A, they're going to bring it up. Option B, they're going to bring it up. So you have to eliminate this before you continue. The following, if they're married or they live with a spouse, find out if they have proof of residency. Okay, it could be proof of marriage, but the majority of the companies now, they require some sort of document confirming that they live together. Also, ask them if they would be interested in using a checking account for their monthly payments to be electronically deducted. So tell them that they qualify for a discount if the monthly payments are deducted from their account. Now, from the beginning, you need to ask them, do they have a checking account? Do they have their checking account number and the routing number? And if they don't, can they obtain it within the next 5 to 10 minutes? Why? Because you don't want to give a client an option and then for them not to have the checking account information. It may ruin the wholesale because the prices are going to be different from direct bill, EFT, or even from using the debit card. Now, if they don't have a checking account or they don't have it with them, then ask them, do you have a debit card? Do you have a debit card? And also, would you be interested in using your debit card or your checking account for them to deduct the payment automatically from your checking account? If the answer is yes, then put it on the notes. Now, all of these, to finalize this segment, all of these answers from the questions that you've been asking, you need to put it on the notepad. It's very important. We need details. I need to know, is the customer ready? You need to ask 3 times. If they have insurance, all the information. If they don't have insurance, their previous history. Okay, you need to explain the risk. You need to ask if they've been shopping around. If they have proof of residency, if it's a married driver, have they been shopping around? And also their checking account. So all of this information is the basic information. There's more outside of the box qualifying, but for now, these are the questions that you must ask on every single situation.